I just got a haircut. It's been a few weeks. I look kind of good, I think. But Sentenced to be a Hero. I just caught up with it. It is phenomenal. Let us talk about it. As of the moment of me recording this, I'm about ready to go watch the Uma Musume New Beginning or whatever it's called film. So this might come out around the same time as that. But yeah, let's talk about Sentenced to be a Hero because I really slept on the show for quite a bit. I'll be honest. I'll really be honest. The story pretty much follows the protagonist Xylo, and in this world, hero is not your traditional sense, as in, oh my gosh, he's gonna save us, blah blah blah. No, hero is probably the worst thing you could be in this world because hero is a death sentence. Actually, it's even worse than a death sentence. To be a hero in this world, you have had to commit something so terrible, so heinous that not even death is an acceptable punishment. So think of this kind of like the Suicide Squad, but if all the good guys were kind of evil, kind of assholes, but it's pretty much a Suicide Squad. But instead of villains, they're all heroes, if that makes sense. That's pretty much how I view the show, and it's pretty interesting. Like the first episode, like the first 10 minutes, I'm like, what's even happening? But then it kicks off because you get to meet some heroes and whatnot. We get the introduction of Xylo. He's pretty much like a former captain of the Holy Knights, and the Holy Knights are pretty much these guys who like work alongside the church, and whatever the case is, they take down fairies. Fairies are like these zombie-like creatures, and they're fighting demon lords. You know how in like fantasy anime or like isekai anime, there's like demon lords. However, in this show, there's not just one, there's multiple demon lords, and the job of the heroes, aka the Holy Church, the Holy Knights, is pretty much to take down the entirety of the demon lords and stop the fairy corruption. Some people want to work with these demons. It's like a whole thing. Like the show's pretty cool. Like the visuals, I think it's what JC's staff, and it's animated by some of the people who worked on Mushoku Tensei. I remember hearing people describe this series as it's Mushoku Tensei but without Rudis. I kind of agree, kind of disagree, to be honest. Rudis is a whole different story by itself, but the premise to me is very fascinating. I really do like it. Like I said, it's pretty much like the Suicide Squad from DC Comics, but as fantasy characters, and instead of villains, it's heroes, and it's pretty cool because Xylo is such an interesting character, and you also get the introduction of goddesses. Goddesses are kind of these things that were either summoned or created by humanity. There's about 12 or 13 of them, and each one of them possesses a different ability, and some of them can like bond with you. You can create a type of contract, kind of like how Fate, you can create a contract with your servants and masters. That's pretty much how goddesses work in this world, where one person can like cast a contract with them, and all in return they want is praise. The only thing they can't do is kill humans. They can't harm them or do anything in that sense, but they can destroy demon lords as much as they want. The power setting in this world is pretty interesting because you have magic, and then you have like guns, but not really. They're technically magic guns, so it's, think of it like a crossbow that fires magical energy, so it technically works as a gun, but not necessarily. And some of the other like heroes are pretty cool. We get Norgal, which is arguably one of my favorite characters in the series so far. He's like this hero who's kind of delusional. He views himself as a king. He was a former like prince or whatever the case is, but we still haven't gotten the reveal of his backstory, so I'm genuinely curious what his is. We also have like Tatsuya, this guy who's kind of mindless, but apparently there's a little bit more to him, and there's a bunch of other characters I can't remember off the top of my head, but the premise is just so good. I don't know why some people dropped this series after like the first episode. They're like, oh yeah, the hype died down, but how does the hype die down for something that's really interesting, to be honest? Because I really like the show, like, and I'll be honest, I really like the show. I binged the hell out of this. The first episode was over an hour long, and I'm just like, wow, is there more? And after that, each episode, which pretty much like half an hour or 20 minutes long, it's really good. Like, I enjoy the premise of the show. I like how it flips the concept of hero around, and it's slowly converting the populace of, maybe heroes are actually good guys instead of these asshole criminals. But the entire world pretty much views heroes as like degenerates, as evil dudes, as convicted criminals, because that's essentially what they are. Not all of them are straight up evil. Some of them are misunderstood. Some of them are just like chaotic, neutral. But I don't want to spoil the entirety of this show because there's a lot of cool character dynamics so far. I know some people have complained that it's only like a power fantasy, blah blah blah. But no, I think it's pretty interesting. And the fact that they have the church as kind of an antagonist, there's like this whole conspiracy subplot going on within the show. I don't want to spoil it too much till like we get more episodes about it. But so far, I'm really enjoying the show. I think it's arguably one of my favorite shows of the season. I have not been obsessed with a series like this in forever because I haven't spammed this like the edits and stuff like this in a while, because this is a really good show. It's fantastic. Also, the dub is pretty good. I know some people hate on the dub, but me personally, I liked it. Also, when I work, sometimes I can watch anime, but like I can't really watch a sub version because I have to read the subtitles, and that kind of gets annoying. So if I can, I'll usually will give anime dub a chance, and I really do like the dub version for this one. Overall, I think it's a pretty interesting premise. I think it's a pretty fascinating show. The animation is insane, like genuinely insane. The character artwork is amazing. I might have found my new favorite character to cosplay for Anime Expo. Also, I will be at Anime Expo. More news on that at some point, but yeah, I'm really thinking of cosplaying Xylo. To be honest, I may start on his outfit pretty soon. I don't know, I gotta figure out the logistics for that. But overall, I think it's a cool show. You guys highly recommend. It's one that I must have other people watch it because I need more people to talk about it, man. And if anyone wants to do a hero cosplay group, let me know because I think that would be pretty fun. My next convention I will do is Anime Expo, so if you are attending Anime Expo, please let me know. I think that would be pretty cool. Anyways, that's all I gotta say on Sentenced to be a Hero. Go watch it, because, yeah, that's all I gotta say. But I go watch the Uma Musume movie, so, yeah, peace.